Today, I want to share the Roman road with you. But first, I will share about the roads I've traveled and the road I'm traveling today. I grew up in a small rural town called Caldwell in Texas. At one point in time, we had only dirt roads. These roads were very bumpy, rocky, and very dusty. You couldn't drive on these roads without stirring up an incredible amount of dust all around your car. And if the windows were not closed to the outside, you were not protected against the insane amount of dust that sometimes got into your mouth and made you cough and choke. Eventually, we had slightly paved black tar rocky roads. These roads were still bumpy and had no guidelines to guide you, but you didn't have to put up with the dust. These roads smelled of freshly poured tar, and when it was fresh, it kicked up black rocks onto the car, and if you didn't clean it right away, it left black marks and damage. Oh, now that's a lesson in itself. Anyway, I grew up on a street called Belltown. To this day, Belltown Street is still paved, though smoother without the loose rocks. It is still not lined with guiding lines like the lines on the main highway that leads to Belltown. The main highway eventually was smoothly paved and accompanied by the normal guiding lines that a highway should have. These roads share a commonality with my spiritual journey with the Lord. The dirt road represented the times when I was a young girl growing up in a world where I was unintentionally invited by my parents, but intentionally invited by God. I just didn't know it at the time. On this road, there were many bumps. I can remember growing up in an often dysfunctional atmosphere, but overall, it was a Christian and loving home. According to an article published by Forbes, I am not alone when it comes to growing up in a dysfunctional atmosphere. It says, you are not alone. In fact, according to recent statistics, 70 to 80% of Americans consider their families dysfunctional. Okay, now don't look at the person sitting next to you, just look straight ahead. Because I was so young, I didn't know how to protect myself from the dust that was all around. And sometimes the dust around me got into my heart and choked me with trauma and pain as I watched the people I loved dearly be hurt and hurt one another with words, thoughts, and deeds, intentionally and unintentionally. As I continued to grow up, times got better, like the slightly paved black rock roads. Life was still a little bumpy, but I can remember some truly awesome, amazing, and great moments that still warms my heart and brings a smile to my face. At age 13 years old, this was when I first believed in Jesus. I accepted the gift of salvation from God by believing in Jesus and his life, death, and resurrection. Like many of you graduates, I came to Unique Women's class seeking a more intimate walk with the Lord. I praise God that I found what I was seeking and much more. Ephesians 3:20 says, now to him who is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we ask or think, according to the power that works in us. I've learned many things in Unique Women classes and grad class, but the most important thing is that I am not traveling this road alone. Like the Black Rock Road that was unaccompanied by guiding lines, my life continued that path until I encountered Jesus as not only the person who saved me, but also Jesus as my healer, my provider, my friend, my deliverer, my defender, and my redeemer.